and it is the best timber tree available right now. There are no bindings or guidelines to cut or harvest these trees. You just have to take the forest officer's permission. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Okay. Yes. Okay. This tree is used for several reasons. It can be used for pulp to make paper. It can be used to make matchsticks. And when it becomes hardwood, it can be used to make furniture out of it. The properties of this tree is as good as Cactus grandis, which is the native Indian teak tree. The only difference is that Cactus grandis takes 25 years minimum to mature to get a 1 feet diameter, whereas this tree takes about 10 to 12 years, which is half the size. Of course, the rates are different, but if it is coming in half the time, I think it is much more lucrative to go for it.
Okay. Continue, please.
The calorific value of this tree is very high, hence it is used as firewood also. There are companies in India which are making firewood pellets out of this tree and putting up a biomass renewable energy power project plant in North and in South. There are 27 functional power plants in India which are using Acacia Mangium as firewood. For timber, if the web will be able to show me the presentation, I will be able to show you that one can make furniture out of this. And the size that people have made railings, sofa, center table, window panes, window frames, door, everything out of this furniture. I mean out of the wood. As on today, the wood is selling at the farm at around 500 rupees per CFT. And if you consider minimum 10 CFT, one can earn about 5,000 rupees in 10 years against investment of 500 rupees maximum if you do it on a large scale.
Okay. Yeah, please, sir, continue.
If you can ask me questions, yes, if you can ask me questions, I'll be able to answer.
Okay.
Otherwise, there is actually not more to tell about this mangium.
Okay.
It is a native of Australia, Papua New Guinea, and Indonesia.
Okay. So, thanks Mr. Raj for the informative talk. Now the audience, please start your questions now by typing in chat box. So there is one question you have quoted, like many people think it's illegal to cut trees. This is misapprehension. Please explain this, why you think so.
The government says that you can cut what you sow, what you plant. If you can prove that the trees are planted by you, then you can cut the trees. If it was illegal, we would not have furniture of wood in India.
Okay. And how
to fixed market for buyers for Acacia Mangium? But all the sawmills will be ready to take the material.
Okay. And how to identify the buyers of Acacia Mangium?
No, like I said, there are no particular buyer market over here for Acacia Mangium. But if you go to any sawmills, they will be ready to buy.
Okay. And Teresa is asking, do you provide consultancy services for setting up these plantations? Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, now it's audible. Yes, sir. Do you provide any consultancy services?
Yeah. We
Okay.
provide consultancy services if the plantation is on a larger acreage, anything above 50 acres.
Okay. And Teresa wants to know, have you set up any projects in Tamil Nadu?
Plenty of, in fact, all my farm visits happen in Tamil Nadu, in Pondicherry, in Pondi. In fact, the church in Pondi, bishop of the church was the first person.
Hello. Hello, Mr. Raj, can you hear? Hello. Hello, Mr. Raj, we are not able to hear you.
I have not come across any social networking website which discusses Acacia Mangium.
Okay. So is there any group at social networking website where people can discuss on Acacia Mangium cultivation and sales, etc.?
I have not come across any such website so far.
Okay. Sir, and what is this permit or papers to be filled with the Indian government to cut the teak trees?
When you plant the trees, you have to make the notations on your 712 extract. And when the trees are ready for harvest, you just have to inform the forest officer and local talaki and take their signatures and you can harvest the trees.
Okay. I think this is a very useful information. Sir, can you share some website address where genuine information on legal matters in regard to teak plantation is available?
There are no special websites, but you can just Google it. Because Acacia Mangium is not very talked about subject as of now in India. So I have not come across any such website which talks only about Acacia Mangium.
Okay. So what are the rules and regulations for getting this permit?
Basically, to cut the tree, there is no permit required. You just have to inform the local authority. It was said earlier that any product, any crop requires 2 life cycles before any guidelines can be made about it. And Mangium has not completed its 2 cycles as yet. It will get over only in 2015. So only after 2015 some guidelines may come.
Okay. So do you sell the plants for cultivation?
I do sell plants for cultivation against order only. I make nursery only against order. I do not make nursery for anybody and everybody because we import the seeds from Australia. So only if it is against the order, then we import the seeds to make the nursery.
Okay. Sir, Teresa wants to know what is the cost for 1 acre? When you say you provide consultancy for minimum 50 acres, the investment will be substantial?
No, the investment is very less, about 50 rupees to begin with, which will include the land leveling, pit making, from pit to plantation basically, including the sapling cost.
Okay.
If you are doing it locally.
Okay. And can these trees be planted on dry lands?
It can be planted at anywhere where there is less water also, in rocky and laterite soil also.
Okay.
Only thing is that it will take a little more time to mature, but it will definitely not die.
Okay. Sir, Rajni wants to know which is the right time to cultivate.
Onset of monsoon.
Okay. Sir, one teak plantation farmer in Karnataka told, administrative harassment while obtaining filing permit, sowing permit, transportation permit, farmers deter to grow teak. What would you say on this?
Like I said earlier, if the farmer has put the entries on their 712 extract that they have planted, or they can prove that their forefather had planted the trees, then there will be no harassment to cut the trees.
Okay. Growing Acacia Mangium is a long cycle to get returns. Is that right?
That's right.
So, can it be intercropped with any other crop to keep the expenses going on?
Acacia Mangium is a very good symbiosis with black pepper. If you will grow black pepper along with Acacia Mangium, then you will never need to cut Acacia Mangium because black pepper will give you enough money to sustain.
Okay. And sir, what are the important things one need to take while cultivation?
The important thing first and foremost is the originality of the seed. Of lately in the market you are getting a lot of hybrid seeds. So when the tree matures, you realize that the tree does not have any timber value. So it goes as a firewood value. And if you get to know after 10 years or 12 years that the tree that you have planted has only firewood value, one gets disappointed with the crop. So selection of seed and the originality of the seed is very important.
Okay. I request Ranjit and Teresa to please continue asking questions. So meanwhile, I would request you to share your email ID with our members.
Can I type it? It is Raj
Yeah.
Mangium.
Please type in the chat.
Email.com.
Sir, what is your website name?
I do not have a website. Like I said, I'm a grower. I'm not a proper consultant.
Okay. Audience, please continue asking questions. Sir, what is your phone number? They want to share your phone number so they can contact you directly. Okay. Sir, do you also help in marketing?
As of now, not really, because my crop is also not ready for marketing.
Okay.
But in Bombay, there are lots of people who are already buying Mangium from Indonesia and Malaysia.
Okay. And
Unfortunately, you will not see Acacia Mangium on the website to market as well. The commercial name for Mangium in Bombay is brown salwood.
okay.
So if you ask for brown salwood, then this is the wood that you are going to get.
Okay. Sir, please type the name in chat box.
The name is brown.
Okay. So, is it possible for us to visit your farm to see all this firsthand?
Yeah. Yes, madam, very much.
Okay. So can you put some more light on this Acacia Mangium?
If you could be more specific in asking the question, I will be more than happy to answer you.
Okay.
Because like I said, I'm a grower and not a consultant, so I will not be able to give you any rosy picture or any elaborate thing.
Okay. So what are the crops which can be intercropped with this Acacia Mangium?
Any shade-loving crop like vanilla, pepper, coffee, tea, all this can be grown under Acacia Mangium.
Okay.
Acacia Mangium can also take a lot of acidic water as well. So if you have any plant where you have to throw the acidic water in the soil,
Mm-hmm.
if you grow this tree over there, they will thrive well.
Okay.
The pH can go as low as 3.
Okay.
As of now, the trees are being imported in India. 80% of the wood that we use is being imported in India.
Okay.
So this is the time where we have to start cultivating to self-sustain our country.
Okay. So after
If you have more than 50 acres of plantation,
Mm-hmm.
if you have more than 50 acres of plantation, then I can tie up with buyers for biomass as well as timber.
Okay.
If you can read in the article, in the agricultural information, I'm tying up with a couple of companies for firewood value as well as timber wood value.
Okay.
But the agreement has not gone through as yet.
Mm-hmm. So what is the cost per plant?
The cost per plant is almost rupees 50 from to plantation. That is cleaning up the field, digging the pit, making the sapling, fertilizers, labor, everything will cost around rupees 50 by the time you put it in the farm.
Okay. And so after planting, within how many years we can expect the first revenues?
You can, if you plant it and take care of it, then 10 to 12 years, maximum 12 years, you can harvest the crop.
Okay.
It's like a fixed deposit. You just put it and forget it and just take care of it, and it will give you very fantastic return in 10 to 12 years. Something that no business will give you.
Okay.
The game over here is patience. If you're patient, then this is the thing that you should go for.
Okay. So what is the investment required for 50 acres plantations?
A 50 in 1 acre, if you want timber value, you should look for about 1210 trees in the space of 6 by 6. So if you consider 1200 trees in 50 rupees, it will cost you 60,000 rupees.
Okay. One of the members want to know who are the buyers.
The buyers are all sawmills as of now. People who are going to make planks out of it.
Okay.
There are companies coming in India who are large manufacturers and users of wood, and we are trying to tie up with them as well.
Okay.
Their requirement will be almost like consumption of 600 hectares of plantation per year.
Okay. So may we know what are the challenges one can face when we start the Acacia Mangium when we grow? What are the difficulties can we face and how to come up? Yeah.
Frankly, this is a very hardy crop. It is not a challenge. It is a beginner's crop, you can say. The only problem that I faced was a forest fire. So you can take care of that by weeding out the open spaces then there should not be any problem at all.
Okay. So, I mean, somebody wants to know that why this tree has not become popular in India. What could be the reason? Or what could not be the reason that it has not become popular in India?
I would not say the tree is not popular in India. I would say that there are a lot of misconceptions, like the government issues, vacations the people do not have to wait for 10 years, the surety of purchase, the marketing is another issue. But considering the cost of input and the cost of output, I think it is worth taking the risk.
Okay. So, what are the other challenges you have faced till now in this?
The other challenge I faced was when I started in 2002, there were no plantation companies who were successful. So we had to try to lose all the problems and then cultivate it. I have visited almost 150 farms in South, starting from Shimoga to Ponti. And I have arrived to this conclusion that it is the best tree to grow.
Okay.
I don't see it as a challenge. The only challenge is the patience.
Okay.
It is like delivering a baby and taking care of the baby for 10 to 12 years before the baby can start earning and give you money.
Okay.
So per acre you will have 1210 babies which you have to take care for 10 years.
Okay. Audience, please continue your questions.
Somebody has asked whether it is good for South India only.
Yeah.
True, because it is basically a tropical tree. It will not be able to handle frost. So if it is cultivated in north, where the temperatures will go below 4 degree or 3 degree for a few days in a year, then this tree will have problem.
Okay. So what are the areas are best suited
But
for
if you are
this?
going any tropical area where the temperature is anything from 5 degree to 45 degrees.
Okay.
Anything above 45 degrees, if you can water it well, then still there will be no problem whatsoever.
Okay.
My background is that I am a mechanical engineer, and this was just out of interest and we are into this line.
Okay.
And we found that Acacia Mangium was the most easy crop to grow because it does not have any fruits or flowers. You are not inviting any thief to come in and steal the crop.
Okay. So Teresa wants to know, are you, hello? Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Are you from a traditional farming family?
Yes, madam. No, I am not from a traditional farming family. We are coming from industry family, madam.
Okay. Then, I mean, how your turnover through the Acacia Mangium, how did it come into your mind?
Acacia Mangium, not as in particular, but we separated out from one of the companies and we had surplus funds which were lying idle, and somebody told us to do forestry. And then I started studying the forestry subject, and somebody told me about Acacia Mangium.
Okay.
In year 2000. So from 2000 to 2002, I studied the whole concept of this forestry, and I also studied why the plantation companies failed in the year 1993, 94, 95 during Russian Mehta scam.
Okay.
Taking all the loops at that time, we tried to cultivate this. Because it was our own hard-earned money, we put in more time and more efforts, and that is how we are here today.
Okay. Audience, any more questions? So I hope there are no more questions. And if you have any further questions, I'm typing here in the chat box the link where you can post your questions in the forum and continue the discussion directly with Mr. Raj. And you can also visit agricultureinformation.com under online education in webinar thread. So I would request audience to fill this form, which I am pasting down. Okay, thanks for attending this webinar. This is an event organized by agricultureinformation.com. Please visit our webinar thread under the online education for updates on forthcoming events. I would like to thank Mr. Raj and audience for joining us. I'll be closing this meeting now. Have a nice day.